Wow. Well, it's Monday again. In an effort to keep a regular schedule during all this, I'm back to work Monday morning, and I have a couple things that I would like to do this week. One of them is paint all those little tiny carvings that I carved out last week. And the second one is I want to sketch a couple t-shirt designs. I got 2 t-shirt designs that I want to carve this week. One is that octopus design that I was planning a couple vlogs back. It's been about a month so now for that. And then the second one is a house design because of we are all staying in our houses. So just a kind of fun, happy design for that. So I'm going to start working on those sketches right now. So a couple weeks back, I came up with this, I was approached by a Instagram page about doing a collaboration t-shirt, and I'm all open for that. So I came up with a couple ideas. This one was the first idea because I do like the webbing, the frill in between the legs. I like that idea. So I'm going to start with this one. And I've got this other idea of an octopus in a little octopus nook in their little home. Because this Instagram page is built upon the idea of community. So that's this little octopus would be holding a little sign that says hello at its little octopus home. So this is going to be the home-based community style sketch where it's just going to be a little bit more personality injected into the octopus itself. So let's get started on this one and we'll see which one they like better. And now I have this sketch finished. It is a little octopus sitting, like I said, in his little nest den with a little starfish friend holding up a little sign that says hello that he made out of probably a little like a shipwreck somewhere. So that is finished and done. For now, I want to working on something for myself, which is basically it's going to be a house with some arms and legs coming out of it since we are all stuck in our houses at the moment with nowhere to go. So it's about 1 o'clock at night and I've been working on a couple different things. The first thing is I finished my house sketch. There he is under quarantine. I really like this sketch because it's I think my favorite part of it is the mud and the dirt dripping off the bottom, and I like all the lines that are going to be going across like the bottom of the shoe and then the side of the hand there. So I'm excited to carve this, but I also made more little carvings. So I did about 16 of these. I got another little rhino, hippo, horse, leaf, another leaf, snake, some pizza, a little angry cardinal, and a cactus, another leaf, a bear and a penguin, and then a toucan, another horse, a leaf, and a cactus. I got a lot to work on, so should be a good, fun couple days. Welcome to Tuesday. I've got Marty interested in the outdoors, so I put a little stepladder for her so she can look out the window. But the first thing I want to do today before I do anything else is get some ink out and print a couple t-shirts that I have ordered over the weekend. Yay! I had a question in the comments last week about including more of the business side stuff first. So as far as the printing the t-shirts goes, I get the orders in through a website. I use Big Cartel. It's good for me for the moment. But do your research. If I had to do it all again right now, I may not pick them. I might go with Shopify, but it's not worth it for me to switch over. The reason being is they cap the amount of products that you can list to 300 products, and it's become kind of an awkward threshold for me. But I have 5 t-shirts to print today. What I do is I get the t-shirts all rolled up over in my office area, and then I can just print off the order sheet. I gotta be careful not to show the address or the name of the person who ordered. But this one it comes through with the picture of the print that they want, the unicorn for this one, and then I write, based in the comments that they say, color Stonewash Green. I write Stonewash Green next to the order, and then this is a small t-shirt. So I write it all next to it so I don't get confused and print away. Next to my press, I have a little sheet of paper that tells me where all my t-shirt designs are. The unicorn is one of my newer designs, so it is handwritten at the bottom until I update it, but unicorn is in slot B3 on my shelf. All of my blocks are stored vertically, walk over to my shelf and I look and I go into slot B3. And here it is actually, right here. Unicorn and slot B3. And now all the t-shirts are finished printing. Look at that. So I got one more t-shirt to print. I love this catfish design. I never get to print it, but I'm glad I did today. But we are finished with the shirts. Got to clean up the ink, and then I get to work on the other 2 carvings. Fantastic. Do you remember these 9 little leaves that I carved last week? Well, I want to present them. Oops. I just dropped one. But I want to present them all together in one single piece. So I came up with this shape of wood that I'm going to draw out, cut out, and then I'm going to mount all of those leaves to. See, it's all drawn out, and then I'll display the leaves on it just like that. Pretty cool. So I want to get this house design drawn out. First thing I want to do, all my t-shirt designs are, I don't want to make them any taller than 18 inches. So what I'm going to do is measure 18 inches from the top there, just so I have a point of which I know not to make it larger than. And then I also don't want to make it any wider than about 14 inches. This one's taller than it is wide. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to be a lot closer to that mark than that mark, but I just drew it just to make sure. I don't want to be any wider than 14 inches. Actually, I probably don't want to be any wider than like 13 and a half inches. And that's because of my smaller press size. So let's get this sized up. First I got to merge it all together, merge all, and then I have to flip it so it appears correctly. And then I just resize it on the screen to be as big as I need it to be. Right about there. Why am I so yellow? Ooh, okay. So, done. Let's carve. Good Wednesday morning. So last night I had a couple more t-shirt orders come in. So thank you for everyone who ordered a new t-shirt. All right, so I'm going to carve on my house a little bit longer, but let's get moving. House, walking, clouds, dripping dirt, shoes. Finished. Here we go. Small carvings, here I come. I just put some holes in the back of each one and tested them out on the little screw in my wall to make sure they hang straight, and they do. Let me paint these up, and so I can get some ink on them tomorrow and finish them up. Oh, I also threw some spray paint on this leaf. I got so focused on what I was working on, I just forgot to film, but I painted all of my little carvings right here. And I've got my background for the leaf piece, for these little leaves, working. I've masked it off so I can put some line work into it with some spray paint. And I'm going to spray paint this up as soon as I find something to pull that up with. Here we go. Got some tweezers. And get in here and pull up these 2 little shapes. So I'm going to tape this up and spray paint it real quick. So nice. Alright, this spray painted leaf is now finished, and I love it when a good plan comes together because I just, for the first time, put all of the little carvings, they're not inked up yet, of course, onto the leaf, and I really enjoy this piece. So, all the light, that's better. Get a better look at it that way. You can kind of see what it's going to look like. Can't wait to ink these up. I think I am going to be slightly impatient and ink them up tonight. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm finished inking. They always turn out a lot better than I think they will. I'm going to keep making these because they just, once they're all finished, they just look great. The middle phases scare me sometimes, but I got to trust myself when I work. Those are finished. And then once these are all dry, I can glue them all down together. Happy Thursday. So I wanted to print two things. I said today was going to be a printing day, and I mean it. I'm going to stick to it, even though all I want to do is carve those little tiny little carvings. But I'm not going to do that. I am going to print. First, I'm going to print this house that I carved up this week, and then I'm going to print the big I got your nose piece. Got to clean my paper cutting table. I'm going to try something new with the printing today. So normally I would cut it just 18 by 24 right off the bat into the size that I want it. But I want to try something a little differently where I trap the paper underneath the roller and use that as a registration technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to cut off the side couple inches. This paper is like 19.5 inches wide. So I'm just going to cut it to 18 inches wide. And I've made small little marks on the edge of my paper. And then I'm just going to cut that real quick. Marty loves the little paper slivers. Sorry if you can hear the lawnmower outside, but I just don't want to wait until that's over to start working. So I said I was going to trap the paper, try a new way of printing today. So what I'm going to do is I should have a scrap piece of 1/2 inch board, not scrap piece of 1/2 inch board. So I'm going to put that on the press. This board might be too big. I think I need to get another piece of 1/2 inch board because with this board on the press bed, it doesn't give me enough space to lay the print that I'm actually printing on. Alright, I grabbed a smaller piece of board and I'm going to use this to trap the paper underneath the roller. So what I'm going to do is create a template on the press bed that I can just slide this block into, keep the paper trapped under this block here, and then pull up the paper so I can run it through without getting ink on the paper before running it through. I've got my template drawn out on the press bed, so the block is going to go inside this mark right here. Actually, it's going to get pushed all the way to the top. I'm going to ignore that top line. But the block's going to get pressed up all the way against the top of that block. And this is the edge of the paper here. And so all I need to do is line up the edge of this paper, trap it underneath the roller, and then ink up the block and go. Just like that. I'm going to hold the paper down at the bottom. The paper is currently trapped under the roller. It won't go anywhere. And now I'm ready to print. There's this ring right here that is evidence of the plywood, and I'm kind of excited to see it transfer slightly. Grab the paper with one hand, with the other hand hold the paper up, and then put the block into place, and then press it through. And here we go, printed for the very first time. The little ring does show up. It's kind of nice. Hopefully that doesn't bother some people. I like the evidence of the process like that. That shows that this is carved out of wood and printed from wood. And then we do have a little bit of the grain showing there and on the edge here, which to me, like I said, it's evidence of the process. And I kind of like that. There's also a couple other interesting spots. If you can see those little white lines in there, those are the X-Acto knife cuts. And then on the edge of the gator's chin right there, same thing, a little X-Acto knife cut. All the I Got Your Nose prints are finished. Boom. Well, all 10 of them. It's going to be an edition of 50. 10 of them are printed for now. And now I won't go... Now I'm going to print the house prints, the stay home prints. Quarantine. And in the spirit of stay home, and I'm all out of white paper, don't have any of that anymore. I'll have to order some more eventually to do more prints. I am printing it on this, it's kind of in the middle of purple and pink. So I'm printing it on that, which I think it'll look very nice on. I've got my template drawn out, once again, 16 by 20 on this one, not 18 by 24. But so I've got my 16 by 20 outer thing done. I'm going to go back to the flap technique with this one since it's got such a large border and place it into the template. Put the little flap over, get my little foldy paper to grab my paper with, and through the press. Ta-da! It's Friday, and today I guess I'm going to carve those tiny carvings that I've been wanting to carve for the past couple days. I'm going to do that today. Me and Marty are going to do that. I carved some of them last night, and then I've got these 5 to finish up this morning. Alright, so the carving's all done. Come over here. Alright. Oh, you can't even see that. Oh. Now you can't see me. That's okay. So the carving's all done. And I just gotta paint them now. Little hippos. Yeah. So I'm gonna paint them. Here we go. You just watched me paint these. It took you about 50 seconds to watch it. It took me about an hour and a half to paint it. But now I'm ready to ink all of these little guys. I think the toucan might end up being my favorite. I really do. I think I do really enjoy the little toucan. Boom, finished. I was going to finish the vlog off right here and just call it a day, but I want to do one more thing, and that is glue down the leaves to the other piece that I'm working on. Let me show you. Gotta lower my chair. Ugh. Oh, I didn't go down that low. I'll do this. So these leaves right here, they are on this background, which I can't really lift up because they are free. I can do this though. This piece. Ooh. They aren't attached yet, so what I need to do as I need to glue them on and screw them on. Not a sponsor. Gorilla Glue. This is just expanding glue. And so I'm going to put this on underneath each one. And first I'm going to drill a hole to put the screw into so I don't split the wood and so I don't come through on the front where I don't need to be coming through. So it's currently set up exactly how I want it to look. So I'm going to just kind of put a dot underneath each one where I'm going to drill a hole through. And so I can take them off and drill little pilot holes. Get the dust off. Oh no. Alright, so the main purpose of that was so when I go to put the screws in at the last step, I know where to put the screws. Put a little glue on the back of it. And then set it into place. Maple leaf needs to go up a little higher. Alright, sweet. Now that that's done, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put this towel on top of them so just I don't damage the surface. Alright, gently. Towel on top. And then I need a piece of wood. I've got this pug print that I've been wanting to do stuff, but it's the perfect size to sit on top of that. Actually, let me flip it over so I don't ruin the potential next piece. And then a weight to hold it all down. There we go, they're all glued on. Now I just gotta put a little screw into each one. And these two are going to get a D-ring. And last but not least, stamp it and sign it. And ta-da! It's all finished. Done. There we go. 9 leaves on a board. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys next week. Bye.